So I skipped Season 4 of D2R to try out Diablo 4. While I did enjoy some aspects of Diablo 4, such as the combat mechanics and decent build diversity, there just wasn't any crafting or endgame. If anything, Diablo 4 made me miss playing D2R, where items found along the way are still useful in the endgame. Some examples include runes, charms, and gems, which are used for endgame crafting. Now that I'm finished with Diablo 4, I'm excited to go back to D2R for Season 5. So Season 4 started on May 4th, and normally seasons were set every 4 months, but as of this moment, we don't have an official date just yet. Luckily, we got this recent post from Adam Fletcher saying that Season 5 will be available at the end of September. So as we await the official Season 5 date, I figure I'd do a few things to prepare. First off, I decided to log into D2R and delete any mules I was using for Season 4. Normally, I make mules as I go and group them based on the items, runes, and gems I find along the way. For example, I keep Tyr, Tal, Soul runes together so I could trade insight packs to players that are trying to reroll their mercenary insight weapons to get that level 17 meditation aura. In Season 4, I also found a good amount of Monarch shields and high resistance Paladin shield bases, usually valuable early on for players looking to make spirit shields. I also keep Neph runes for trading or using in endgame crafting, as well as Dol runes, which can be cubed up to Hell runes. Players need a ton of Hell runes throughout the ladder to destroy runes in bases. They could reroll. Spirit is a popular one. And I made a video on which low runes have value. If you guys want to check that out prior to Season 5 starting, I probably will watch it myself for a refresher. And I also usually have mules for each type, so I know where everything is in case I need to make a quick trade. And my charms mule usually has skillers, sunders, and other valuable small charms I found, while my set mule has any set items that have some trade value. Others I'll just vendor, and the same process I use for unique items, and only save them if they have trade value or if I think I could use them on an alternate character. For gems, I keep perfect rubies and perfect amethysts on separate mules, depending on how many I have. I'll save them and then trade them after a few weeks once players are crafting endgame gear such as bloodcrafts and caster amulets. Junk jewels are also valuable, and I sometimes forget to keep them, but when it comes to the crafting phase, a lot of people are trying to buy those in bulk, and they're trying to get those 220 caster amulets. I'll also keep any armor bases I find, such as plain or 3 open socket mage plates, argon plates, dust shrouds with higher armor on them. These make it solid Enigma bases. Some weapon bases I keep include 4 open socket crystal swords for spirit, 5 open socket phase blades for grief, as well as threshers and giant threshers eventually for infinity for players. Although with the Sunder charms, breaking and monster immunities are more easily done, so they've become a little bit less valuable, the Insight rune word. Finally, I keep higher end runes and tokens in shared stashes in case I need to trade them or use them on any of my characters. And it's also the best way to transfer from main characters to the mules. So after clearing my mules, I have a fresh new slate now for Season 5. And my next step is deciding on starting my starting character. So in the first 3 seasons, I made a Frozen Orb Sorceress, a Zerker Barb, and a Lightning Source. I've also made a Javazon, Corpse Explosion Necro, Uber Smiter, and a Boazon. Being that I've not made a Druid or Assassin yet, I decided to create a poll of 3 builds I have not tried yet that I want to try. And the results were very close, surprisingly, but out of a Pure Fire Source, Mosaic Assassin, and Wind Druid, the Wind Druid beat out Mosaic by 2% of the vote. Honestly, I thought everyone would pick the Mosaic Assassin because that's the most recent big change to D2R. But Wind Druid won by a slight margin. So the challenge with the Wind Druid, I did a little bit of research. I've never played it before. Is you can't really get your first offensive wind ability till level 18, which means probably from normal Act 1 and Act 2 until I get to level, let's say, 18 to 20. I'll likely need to start with the fire abilities and then also get a decent weapon to make it to Act 2 before I could even think about using a wind ability. I could try Arctic Blast, but I'll likely just go with the fire spells or so. I could also pick up Cyclone armor if needed, and just use fire abilities to get through normal. Then I could respec into full wind once I reach Nightmare. So being I never played a druid in D2R, this will be a fun change, not to mention the fact that it'll be physical and cold damage focused. This will be ideal for running pit and also doing chaos runs. Honestly, in hell difficulty, I don't often see too many monsters that have both cold and physical immunity. So I might be able to diversify the farming areas. The only issue is, not playing sorceress. I don't have teleport early on. But if I find a nice amulet, that would be helpful that I could just use charges on. But another bonus of Druid, being that not many people play Druid, is that the Druid torches on ladder are generally much cheaper than like Sorceress or Paladin torches. Even cheaper than Assassin torches now. So whenever I hit level 75, I should be able to trade whatever I found for a decent Druid torch, which is a positive. So that's just a quick video I want to make. I'm excited to be back, and I look forward to the end of September so I can play a fresh season of D2R. I miss the trading and just the actual like thrill of finding items when you least expect it, because after like let's say Nightmare, you could really start finding some really, really good charms, skillers, and rare rings. There's just so many possibilities. So if you are thinking about playing Season 5, let me know what class or build you'll be starting with. I'm interested to know. If not, is there another game you will be playing instead? Personally, I've been playing Albion Online. I started another YouTube channel just for the fun of it. And I'm also into fantasy football, so I'll be doing both of those. And come September, I'll be D2Ring for probably for most of October. So thanks for watching, and see you again at the end of the month.